Hello, I'm Timothy Linsdale. I'm a video producer and a Christian concerned about my health and others. Better health seems to be the goal of California politicians today, or is it? What is their California politicians' goals for better health? There's an article in the paper today about, it's op-ed pieces for and against for California politicians wanting to limit soda in cups, if you will, in other words, a non-sealed container to 16 ounces to reduce the issue of diabetes in California. At least that's what they say. They're saying that 25% of Californians are obese, 38% of children are obese or overweight, and for soda just alone, I don't know. There are many reasons. The food you're eating, the exercise you're getting, you may have a metabolism issue that your body may be able to assimilate food far more quickly, and there's just all kinds of reasons. Of course, I have to make a point that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a health professional. I'm just an average guy out here, trying to keep an eye on my health. My concern with politicians, they see an issue and they run with it. And either for their own gain, and you hope it's for the benefit of the population. Is it? I don't know. My concern is when they start saying things like, it's the responsibility of the government to promote health care. And I'm not so sure about that, because we live in a nation that's wanting to help us pursue liberty at all times and to protect that liberty at all times. But when they start this core responsibility of government is public health, and chronic conditions are among the most significant drivers of skyrocketing health costs. So that takes us back to the health costs issue. And does government think it's their responsibility to provide the right of good health care? And there is no right mentioned in our constitutions for health care. And that's really what concerned me about this. When they start saying we have a right for health care, that means the government has to take care of it and support it. Now, I think it's nice they do research on what might be hurting us and letting us know, since we have the responsibility to care for ourselves in a democratic republic. That opens up a huge area. If they're responsible for your health, then we're talking about, government health care. And we're talking about everything that happens that's detrimental to your health or for the benefit of your health is now the government's responsibility. That is a gigantic area, open to all kinds of trouble. And, can we sue the government because my heart's not working quite right now? Do I sue the government for my aching feet, for the wrong shoes that were being sold? You can see this becomes infinitum. How are you going to deal with all of those? Now, I like the fact that they're making the point that people consume an incredible amount of sugar by drinking soda. I worked in and around the grocery business for nearly 40 years, and I saw that happen in the growth of soda consumption, where whole aisles became soda all of a sudden. I suppose those that produce soft drinks discovered they can make a tasty, sweet drink, and people will drink it like crazy. Years ago, I discovered that a lot of sugar in your diet is not great for your health. They're saying right now that the average American drinks 50 gallons of sugar beverages, the equivalent of 39 pounds of sugar every year. That's a lot. I discovered it bothered my digestion, my intestinal health, for one thing. And gaining weight, I haven't had too much difficulty with that until I got older. But that's important to think about. But in a nation whose foundation is based on liberty and personal responsibility, I read, I learn, I discovered these things. Now, it's nice they make that point. Well, that's a lot of sugar to consume. Maybe you ought to give it some thought and try a little more water in your diet. That might be a good idea. In fact, I've noticed many soft drink companies now, produce water, if you will, in a refined state, and they bottle it, and you'll see that in stores in pallets nowadays. And they've learned to capitalize on that. The people who drink the bottles, of course, now that's created an issue with the plastic, and now we have all these recycle things, and it's these things developed to take care of problems in a capitalist society. But one of the ways they're doing, like politicians normally do, is tax the heck out of something so that their constituents will have some kind of care from the taxes, which we know goes down a black hole somewhere and gets lost. Hopefully not. But they did it with tobacco. You just made it so cotton picking expensive you couldn't afford it. But in my opinion, you don't need it, especially cigarettes. But I'm about liberty and personal responsibility, so that's up to you what you do with it. But it has made it very expensive, especially in California, for anybody to smoke cigarettes. But I leave that to your responsibility. But it is good that they show research of how it affects and is detrimental to your diet. Same with too much sugar. That's good to know that. Nothing wrong with that. But being forced at the point of the government gun to do what they think you should do, remember, it's just not soda, it's everything. Especially when they think that it's your right to be protected by the state to have good health care. Then how do they support it? The point of the government gun, that's where that comes from. That's what it spreads to. This is a much bigger thing than just soda. And that's where it ends up at. Now, those on the right, if you will, are going to make an argument just a lot like that. It's about personal responsibility, taking care of yourself, not allowing the government to rule your life in every way. Because then if you're placing it in the government's hands, you're placing it in a very small number of people to make all these decisions for you. Or in a nation with liberty and personal responsibility, you're opening it up to millions and millions of minds to work through these things and to decide what's better and what's good. I appreciate politicians' issues to want to take care of everything and everybody. But when they start getting that government gun out, look out. Be careful when they say, we want to make your health better. We're going to make your safety better. All of these things, and you get a small group of people, that opens up an opportunity for tyranny. You have to watch for that in government, as that's the natural order of the things of the rulers of any people. They're going to fall into what I call the benevolent benefactor syndrome. They're going to want to try to fix everything and take care of everything, and in the process take care of themselves. There's the real danger. So here we are with a soda tax, soda restrictions. People, just pay attention to your health. Do the right thing. Take care of yourself. Eat better, drink better, be responsible. And these politicians won't have this innate desire to take care of everything and fix everything. Because what do we see when the government gets bigger? It's just more and more problems. We have less and less money in our pocket because it's going to them. Just like California's practically unfixable pension system now. Owed to so many people in the government. Oh boy, here we go. Well, anyway, drink less soda. I want to make a point here and forget this. They made such effort on stopping smoking, and I think they've made a valiant effort, actually. You don't see it very often anywhere. But I wish they'd do the same thing in marijuana. We're all crazy over marijuana. We're all going to be stoned and happy. Seems to be their point. But if they were as concerned about marijuana as they were tobacco, they'd be really up in arms, because marijuana is smoked in an unfiltered means. It's also, they're not reporting on the facts that schizophrenia is a big effect. Marijuana has a big effect on schizophrenia. I've read articles on that. The Primus magazine from Hillsdale, that'll give you a great insight into the problem with marijuana and schizophrenia. So there's an example to show you that the government manipulate things that in ways that seem to benefit them. Because, you know, they're hoping they're going to get a big boon from marijuana consumption and taxes for the state. That's usually where they're going again, that we're going to solve all the problems in the world by everybody being stoned and taxing all of that. So I know it's absurd. That's the way these government things go. Keep an eye on your politician. Pay attention to who the heck you vote into office, you know? And take care of your health. Take care of yourself a little bit better. I'm Timothy Linsdau. Like and comment on my videos. Subscribe to my channel and have a great day.